Hello, everybody. Welcome to Townsend 909, or welcome back if you're a lovely viewer/subscriber. Today, I'm going to be finishing off my cream ranking. Um, I've been doing a video each day, ranking every cream song from worst to best, or as I like to say, least the best, because there are no bad cream songs. But and I finally got to the top 10 best cream songs, the best of the best. These 10 cream songs to me the cream, the the cream of the crop. Yeah, without further ado, let's get started. Number 10, it's from ironically the one I was just holding up, the Wheels of Fire album. It's the third track on the album. It is Passing the Time. I'm going to be going a little more in depth on these top 10 songs and why I love them. So it starts off as psychedelic. Um, Starts out really eerie, and when I first heard it, I'm just like, "What is this? This is a lot different than what I'm used to." But I love it. I really love it. Love the drumming, and then yeah, it's just like I wish the whole song was like that. It's just like, it's probably their most Indian influenced song. I could be wrong, but that's what it sounds like to me. Then like it slows down. It's like it is the last hollow, ba da 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 ba ba bum. It's just like actually slow, just anticipating, just like, ooh, what's gonna happen next, and just like sort of like pauses for a little bit, and it's like passing the time, passing the time. Ba, 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 ba. It's just like gets all crazy. Ginger Baker going absolutely nuts on the drums. Jack Bruce going crazy on the bass. Guitar playing, of course. Eric Clapton being Eric Clapton. I'm just like, whoa, this is an amazing song. Very underrated. I mean, besides one of, I mean, hold on. Besides one of the tracks, most of these are deep cuts. So I usually like deep cuts, but if you never heard this song before, definitely check it out. Staying on top of, not saying it, Passing the Time. Brilliant song. Very underrated. My number 9 is from the Goodbye album. Show it right now. Goodbye album. This is uh it's my third favorite. This is the like if I ranked all the songs, it'd be 6 would be Batch. If I would be doing that scrapyard thing, no. 4 would be Saying Outside the World. This is the third favorite off of Goodbye. And yeah, I have to say, Politician, the live version. I mean, it's not my. I mean, the fact. Well, you didn't see the other Politician, the one that's on Wheels of Fire, the studio version. You haven't seen that one on the list yet, so that should tell you that I like that version better. But this version does a really good job too. Sort of the same almost the same quality of it. I do prefer Jack singing on the studio track, but the playing on it is, if you ask me, the playing on Politician's better on the live track, but the singing's better on the studio track, and that's sort of how I sort of went with how I put this there. But yeah, this is a really good live rendition of Politician. Definitely check it out. I will say, all these songs you should check out. Every Cream album. It's only 4 albums. Definitely check out at least my top 2. It's Wheels of Fire and Goodbye, but definitely check out all 4 of them at least once. Number 8, uh, working off on the same album. Um, it's What a Bring Down. It's the last track on the album, aka their last song ever. That's Cream, last studio track, and this is easily the best studio track that they made on this album. Much better than Badge and what doing that scrapyard thing. Much better than those 2 tracks. those shoe tracks are really good, but and what a bring down that it's that this is the best track out of the three studio tracks. Those more tracks as good as this track. Like I said, this could have been an amazing double album with studio and live tracks, just like Wheels of Fire. This had the potential to be my favorite album of theirs, but a lot of things like I don't like that it's both. I don't like that it's like half live, half studio on one disc. I don't mind it. Well, normally I don't really like half live, half studio, even when it's double albums. There are exceptions. I mean, there's the Wheels of Fire album. That's the best out of all of them. Then there's the Gumma album by Pink Floyd. That's my second favorite of that. But yeah, I'm not a fan that it's like this on the single album. That's my only thing preventing it from being my favorite album of theirs. Not enough songs. Um, but what a bring down! What a really, really good way to end off the album and your career. Clapton is killing it on this last track of theirs, and then of course he would end up going on to doing an album with Blind Faith. Then they end up. Then Blind Faith breaks up. Then he does an album with. Then he makes a band called Derek and the Dominoes. They make one album. Then they break up, and then he ends up going solo after that, and the rest is history. But this is a very interesting period of Clapton's career with Cream. Being in this super group. I don't know if this is my favorite band Clapton's in. I don't know if I would say Derek and the Dominoes is. They only really made one album. Same with Blind Faith. It's hard. Uh, Even with the Yardbirds, I mean, he was only with them for one album, but the Yardbirds had such a great career too. I don't know. Well, at some point, I'm going to rank all the albums that he's in as a band, like Yardbirds, John Mayall's Blue Breakers, Cream, Blind Faith, Derek and the Dominoes. It's going to be both easy and hard to rank those albums. But yeah, what a breakdown! What a good song. I went on a crazy tangent there. My number 7. Just to let you know, my top 10 is just bouncing between Goodbye and Wheels of Fire. Sadly, none of my top 10 is from Disraeli Gears, which even though none of them are, Disraeli Gears is a killer album, but I don't know. I've always preferred Goodbye and Wheels of Fire. My number 7 though, people might get pissed off at me for putting this so high. Press Rat and Warhawk. I love this track. I love Press Rat and Warhawk. It's like a trumpet playing and like just Ginger Baker doing this spoken word the entire way through. It's like Press Rat Warhawk closed down the shop, but they didn't want to because it was all they have got. Selling eternal apples, amplified hate, Press X collection of dog legs and fate. It's just Ginger Baker being Ginger Baker, and his son. I saw a video of his son asking not asking him, but he said he had a story of him asking his father. It's like, what does this song mean? And Ginger Baker's like, it means whatever the hell you want it to mean. It's just like, Ginger Baker being Ginger Baker, being the snarky, angry guy he was. And he's like, it means whatever it wanted to mean. Oh man, I don't even know what I want to interpret this track. I've always loved how British it is. It's probably their most British. This and Mother's Lament are their most British songs. Press Rat and Warhawk closed down their shop, but they didn't want to because it was all they have got. Selling eternal apples, amplified hate, Press Rat's collection of dog legs and fate. Selling. Yeah, it's so weird. But that's my number 7. Number 6 is the studio version of Politician. Like I said, I do prefer the live version off the Goodbye album, the instrumentation, but I can't deny how great vocalists are, like how great Bruce is on vocals. Hey now, baby, get into my big black car. Hey now, baby, I just want to show you what my politics are. My favorite line in this song is when he's like, I support the left, though I'm leaning to the right. Always loved that lyric. I really don't know why. Always been a favorite lyric of that song. But love Politician. What a killer song that is. Loved it from the first time I heard it to the last time I heard to the time I heard it now. It's just and it follows up with Pressure Island Warhawk. Yeah, that is like Pressure Island Warhawk opens up the second side, and then Politician comes on, and it's just like, what a great 1-2 punch this is. Same with White Room and uh I mean, each side has like its 1-2 punch in the beginning. Like side one has the 1-2 punch of White Room and Satan on Top of the World. Side two has Pressure Island Warhawk, followed up by Politician. Side three has The Amazing Crossroads, followed up by Spoonful. Even though it's my least favorite off the album, Spoonful is amazing. And then side four, well, I'll go more into that, but man, I love Politician. It's very it's ahead of its time, that song. Number 5, yet another song off this album. It opens up the live portion of Wheels of Fire. That's going to be the epic, the epic Crossroads. Oh, what a great song this is. Love Clapton's. This is definitely Clapton's best song on lead vocals. He nails it. He really nails it. The guitar playing, it's hard to believe this is live, but he's like, going down to the crossroads, well, I'm on my way. I wish Clapton sang more on their albums. He only sang like every once in a while. He sang on Four Until Late. He sang on Strange Brew. He sang on Outside Woman Blues. He sang on Crossroads. He sang on Badge, but that was really about it. He had very few lead vocals. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love Jack Bruce. Jack Bruce is fucking amazing. I fucking love that guy, but should have gave Clapton more lead vocals. The guy can sing, especially songs like this. Yet another song off this album, "Seen on Top of the World." Oh man, for my top 5, like any 5 of these songs would be my favorite Cream song, especially this song. Love what an amazing cover this song is. Love Clapton's playing. Just really hear like the guitar is like an extension of Clapton's body. The guitar playing throughout this whole song is just amazing. Don't get me wrong, Jack Bruce and Ginger playing really good. Bruce had a great voice, but man, if there's one thing that look for in this song, like you might be thinking, oh, I don't really, it's a blues song. It follows up White Room. How can it be any good? Especially after White Room. But one thing you gotta look for is the guitar playing. The guitar playing is worthy of admission. Every time it ends, which is like, like just like, you're like, and whenever it has to say, it's like the same length as White Room, but it feels a lot quicker than White Room. Like every time I listen to White Room, I'm like, oh, it's 5 minutes. But like, whenever I listen to this track, I don't feel them like I get lost to its guitar playing. When it ends, I'm like, it's over already. It feels like 1 second I'm hearing it, but then the second it's like over already. I'm like, wow. Even when I first heard this track, when I first bought the album, which hold on one moment, I never showed you my original copy. I mean, this is my original UK copy with both discs. Well, I don't have an original because an original doesn't have both discs, but This is like an original with both disc in it. So, but this is the version I bought on my birthday. I was in 11th grade. This is the shiny version. This is a 1968 US original. And yeah, I have two copies of this. I have an original, well, a somewhat original UK version, and have an original US pressing. Love this album. Yeah, I saw this at the record store for $15. You know, what you see right here. And this thing for only $15, 2 disc. I bought it primarily for, of course, White Room. People are going to buy it mostly for White Room, but well, by my videos, you could tell there's a bunch of songs that's on this album that I prefer over White Room. But when I bought the album, well, one, album cover is so cool. Two, of course, White Room, but this album cover, one of my all-time favorite album covers. When I saw that, I'm like, I need this album in my collection. And I didn't listen to the album before listening to it. The only song I knew was White Room. I listened to the album, was blown away by White Room, of course, but then it's on Top of the World. I'm just like, whoa, I'm not into blues, but man, this is some good blues playing. Clapton is not to be doubted in the guitar playing. He is chef's kiss. Number 3 is the last song I'll be discussing off this album, the Goodbye album. It's the first track on the album. And it's going to be I'm So Glad. You're probably thinking like, wow, you put the studio version at number 30 and then the live version at number 3. What's so good about it? I'll tell you, the jamming. It's the jamming that gets me. When the way that they jam on this song, oh man. I will say though, the vocals on this version is brutally bad. Like this would be my favorite Cream song if it wasn't for that. It'd be number 1, but it's the jamming in between. I'm just like, whoa. And when I first heard that this was their weakest album, and then I heard this track, I'm like, this is their weakest album? What the heck? Well, there must be some really bad songs on this thing for it to be their worst album. I mean, I already said this a million times. It was my second favorite album of theirs, and this song is mostly to thank for that. The song is so good. Really, really good. They're just one hell of a good live band. I don't know. I feel Cream is like Cream is like 2 separate bands. It's like there's live Cream and then there's studio band Cream. You ask me, studio band Cream is a lot better than live Cream. I mean, live Cream's a lot better than studio Cream. But that doesn't mean I don't like studio Cream. Studio Cream it's its own greatness, if you ask me. But yeah. My number 2 is off the Wheels of Fire album. It's the last track on Wheels of Fire. That's Toad. Yeah, again, number 28 on the studio version, and number 2 on the live version. The drum solo. Oh man, I love the drum solo. This drum solo is easily one of the best drum solos I've ever heard, if not the best drum solo I've ever heard. The fact that Ginger is able to keep me like occupied with over 10 minutes of drum solo just proves how great it is. I mean, I will say this. I do agree that one person said it that this drum solo beats any version of Moby Dick out there by Led Zeppelin. I love Moby Dick. John Bonham is a force to be reckoned with, but Toad, especially this version, Always a Fire, it crushes anything, crushes any version of Moby Dick by Led Zeppelin out there live version. But man, it's just magical. Every time I listen to it, I'm just like, this is incredible. This is 16 minutes long. Doesn't feel like that. It feels like it's like 8 minutes long. Number one, um, this number one spot. This might be my favorite Cream song for now, but it might be my favorite Cream song for a very long time. It might always be my favorite Cream song. And let's go to Train Time from the fourth side. I have to say, side four, Wheels of Fire, Train Time, and Toad might be my favorite side four in a double album ever. Uh, it, it's uh, it's a tie between that and Derek and the Dominoes, Layla, and other sort of love song side four. But I've always loved Train Time. It's what makes it my favorite Cream song is that Ginger Baker and Jack Bruce famously hate each other. They couldn't stand each other. That's why Cream lasted so little. It's because they hated each other and wanted to kill each other all the time. But they're they're playing on this. There's no Clapton on this. Ironically, my favorite Cream song, no Clapton. No Clapton in any of it. It's just Jack Bruce on vocals and harmonica and Ginger Baker on the drums. They play so good on this. And I'm like, for two people who hate each other so much, they're making some of the best music I've ever heard. I gotta give them credit for that. I mean, the fact that the Beatles were able to make the White Album with them hating each other a lot. I love when bands could just like hate each other so much, but then like produce some of the best music I've ever heard. this this album is a big example of that. Like they hate each other so much, but this is oh man, this is amazing. Uh, but yeah, that's my top 10 Cream songs. Uh, I'll just briefly go over my ranking. My top. Oh, I'm not gonna go through all of it. I'll just briefly go through my top 20. Number 20, Doing That Scrapyard Thing. Number 19, Lottie Mama. Number 18, Blue Condition. Number 17, Mother's Lament. Number 16, Those Were the Days. 15, Anyone for Tennis. Number 14, Dance the Night Away. Number 13, Tales of Brave Ulysses. Number 12, SWLABR. Number 11, Outside Woman Blues. Number 10, Passing the Time. Number 9, Politician Live from the Goodbye album. Number 8, What I Bring Down. Number 7, What Press Rat and Warhog. Number 6, Politician, the studio version. Number 5, Crossroads. Number 4, Satan on Top of the World. Number 3, I'm So Glad, the live version from Goodbye. Number 2, Toad Live from Wheels of Fire. And my number 1, Train Time. Thank you for watching. Jason came in last second. Thanks for watching. However long you're watching, Jason. Number 1, Sunshine of Your Love. Great song. I put it at number 35 out of 44 songs, but I told this to Adam. They had such a great catalog that even a song that's at number 35, I think is just amazing. Thank you for watching this. So long.